Hello guys, and today we're going to be playing some Hearts of Iron 3. I just had to start a new series, and let's see how this goes. If this game will ever load for me. So Hearts of Iron 3, it's basically like a World War II simulator where you are commanding a wonderful army of whichever nation you pick. There is 64 nations to pick from, all the way over in the Asian continent, got Africa, and of course Europe. I'm gonna play Germany, custom start of course, because you can base custom start is you control what you want, you can research what you want in the beginning. And while this game loads, it's a very old game. It's not really old. It acts like it's an old game, but it's a very fun game to play. Psyched for Hearts of Iron 4 to come out though. It's gonna be coming out sometime this year, hopefully. It's going to be improving on a lot of stuff this game is lacking. First off, I'm going to lower my neutrality. And okay. And basically this tab is a little confusing. These are your doctrines over here. I tend to leave these alone and leave them the same theories. Same thing, I leave them the same. These are the three I usually just work on. Other than that, I never really work on theories. Industry, I tend to leave the same. I usually just take atomic research out, because by the time you get defeated as Germany, you won't have a nuke at the time. So I just tend to shut that out, not bother with it. I get multi-role fighter and not enough for that. I also don't do battleships, because battleships, subs, and destroyers are things I never really use. I just use light cruisers, heavy cruisers, battle cruisers for me. And anti-air I'll never use, I'll take that out. Artillery I love to use, AT I love to use. So we'll put one more in each of these. Get a tank brigade, because tanks are very important in this game. And we'll work on infantry so we can Arctic warfare. And mechanized, no, I don't have enough. What else could I add? We'll do this and this so we can get, what's it called, strategic bombers and tactical bombers. Industry. This seems alright. So yes, we'll keep that there. Draw this back one to put here. And that seems about right to my standards. And okay. So I'm just going to briefly describe what each one of these do. Infantry, basic self-explanatory. You research, build cavalry units, militia, and you get infantry divisions, and these are the equipment used by the infantry. You have armor, you have light tanks, which is the equivalent of the Panzer II. Then you have the medium tanks, which is the equivalent to Panzer IV, Panzer III. Then the heavy tanks would be the Tigers, and super heavy tanks would be the Tiger IIs and the Mouses. Escorts, destroyers, light cruisers, submarines, pretty self-explanatory there. Same with capital ships, the heavy cruisers, destroyers, heavy cruisers, battleships, carriers, and battle cruisers. Bombers, pretty self-explanatory. The tactical bombers would be like the HE-111s, and the strategic bombers. What was the German strategic bomber? I'm not too sure on that one. Fighters, you have single-engine aircraft. You basically, self-explanatory, you have your fighters. Multi-role fighters would be like the Focke-Wulfs, and the single-engine aircraft and the basic fighters, which would be these, would be the 109s. Industry, you have oil refinery, which is fuel, steel production, which is required to make tanks, planes, and all that. Pretty much, this game is self-explanatory, and if you hover over things, it says what it does, what's needed. Doctrines, they help your army fight better in the ways. It gives them more order and all that. So let's start. Okay, so we're Germany. I just like to start with a clean slate and just delete everything, because the AI, yes, it does create suitable wartime. I just tend to like to just start fresh, so I can have my army the way I want my army. I just find it easier that way. So it's not like, why did you make these troops? They're not needed. We'll just move everyone here. And sadly in this game, when you hover over everything and select it, boats and planes stay the same. So that's the one. It's not too important. It doesn't take too long. Okay, build. Let's start out with divisions. We're gonna go with an armored, 2 mechanized, and the artillery. We'll make 5 of those. Basically, you have the armor for other armored tanks. You have the mechanized and motorized for infantry, and the artillery for infantry too. Then we'll create we'll make some Waffen SS units. Why not? We'll make 10 of them. Wait, I can't make 10. Never mind. I'll make 3. I don't know why I won't let me make more. Probably because they're really good. And we'll just do infantry, artillery, AT. This is the best grouping for them. You have the artillery to help with the heavy machine guns the infantry will encounter that can't take out, and you have the AT to take out tanks. But it takes a lot longer to produce these kinds of troops wartime. If, like, for instance, if you're fighting Soviet Union, you'd use that for the first wave, but any reinforcements, I usually just do full infantry. Yes, it takes a lot more manpower to produce, but it takes 76 days, and the infantry, AT artillery takes 200, I believe. So in terms of if you need fast men, just go straight to infantry. Mountain, I don't need any mountain. So then we'll just do some light armors. Light armor, engineer, motorized. We'll make 9 of them. Air wings. I'll make a few tacticals. Tactical bombers are like your Dornier 17s and all that. And Flotana would be your boats. I'll make some transports because I've always going to need to transport some troops around. And we'll make some escorts because they'll be needed for when I declare war on people. Because they like to take your boats and destroy them. So we'll put We'll put 2 tank divisions over there. We'll put 3 over here because the Frenchies, they don't like me. We'll also put some Waffen SS over here too, just to scare the Frenchies. Those Frenchies, they're kind of mad at us still. I mean, you would be too. I think we'd all be mad at Germany for World War II. I mean, not World War II, World War I, because it was a very catastrophic war. But it wasn't really Germany's fault for causing World War II. I would say it'd be the Treaty of Versailles that caused World War II, because limiting Germany to the small little army they did most likely was the cause of World War II. And not having the Treaty of Versailles, or not having it as strict, would probably have resolved most of the conflicts during World War II, in my opinion. But, yeah, most people don't really think that way. Most people say that Germany was in the wrong because they decided to go against the Treaty of Versailles and declare war against everyone. Well, not really. They declared war. They took Poland and got their land back. And then they declared war on France. But that's besides the point, because really it's a matter of opinion, because if you think about it on Germany's standpoint, they weren't doing anything wrong. They were not in the right, but they weren't in the wrong, because they really were just, they were just doing what they thought was right for at the time. But that's most arguments when you think about it. It's done with what happens what's happening currently that the leaders think is right. And what I'm doing currently is creating theaters for these nations. The Berlin HQ, I'm going to have that take Poland and then get ready to invade Romania, Greece, Bulgaria, and Turkey to launch a counter against Russia down here and take Stalingrad this way and surprise Russia that way. Because Russia's a feat to take on head on, especially in the winter. So we'll put some more down here. And I would say this game, I would recommend this 10 out of 10. It does have some errors, it crashes a lot, but it's a really fun game to play. I've spent hours playing this game. Sometimes a little too much, but fun games. They're fun because you enjoy playing them and they are a good way to spend your time. So I can't say it's a bad game, but it's also, I can't say it's a good game, but it's also, I can't say it's a good game and a bad game. It's both. Just tap in. Okay, you saw that too, right? They just banned. Oh. And it's times like that that make me hate this game, because I'll just fix it later. So this one's going to attack the Frenchies. The Obi West is going to take out the Netherlands and Bulgaria. Well, the Erskirchen HQ takes out the France. And bombers. Put one here. We'll pair them there. We'll put one over here to declare war on France. We'll just link all these transports together because there's no point in separating them. They can carry more when they're together. Link him there. Link him to Berlin. Okay, that seems about right. Let's start. And because this game is likes to crash a lot, I'm just going to save this as Germany R. Okay, diplomacy. This is basically every nation. It has the current relations with the nations, their threat to us, our threat to them, their neutrality, our neutrality, and what their highest threat is. I'm just going to turn on automatic trade on because it gets kind of annoying whenever things dip into the red. So I'm going to start off with making infantry, artillery, AT. When you're not at war, it doesn't really matter if you're doing that little group right there, because there's no need to be rushed because you're not at war anymore, so you don't really need it. And I'm just working on these sliders. The upgrades helps you whenever you research stuff in technology. It sends upgrades to the troops. Reinforcements is for when you're at war. Supply is self-explanatory. Gives supplies to men. Production is this. Customer goods is for your civilians, and lend-lease is for your allies. And this is going to be the end of this episode. I will see you guys next time. This is Joey Bomber 123. I'm out.